Hello, how are you? Today I got some things I'd like to share. And one thing that comes to mind when I hear the song God in Me is people do look at you and judge you, and they don't know how far you've come. They don't know how far you have to go. They don't know your plan, God's plan for your life, and they judge you. And then on the other hand, there are people who are less fortunate than you. There's always somebody less fortunate and more fortunate than we are. So when they see you, it's like, man, you got it easy. But see, nobody know what I went through to get what I got. So I just want to share that to let you know it is truly God in me. Trying to cut this cell phone down before it goes off in the middle of our video. Well, I think everybody should get a degree, no matter what, in the United States. The problem is not too many people want to do the work that needs to be done to get the scholarships, or they don't want to take no loans and do the work what it takes to pay it off. So I'm just going to tell you my journey. My journey was, my parents divorced when I was 5. I lived in 2 homes until I graduated from college. And 3 weeks before I graduated from college, my dad died. So I guess almost till I graduated from college, I lived in 2 homes. But the point I'm trying to make is my background was such that I was not qualified to be a candidate for a chemical engineering degree. And some of the things said to me on campus by my professors, co-students, and administration, etc., let me know that I was not a candidate for that degree because my background didn't match the pretty much rich people at Washington University, St. Louis. But I met so many friends who got me through things that I know to the day that's why I have this degree. But let me just tell you what I had to go through to get this degree. First of all, I went to college and I just started feeling terrible. I mean, awful. Went home from Christmas, didn't want to go back, but I went back because my dad said send her back. Come find out, in February 1975, I was diagnosed with lupus. And that just pretty much devastated my life. I was on high dose of prednisone, couldn't stay awake in class, couldn't stay awake to study. It was just a struggle to just get the information I needed to get that degree. And I just thank God for that, because if it wouldn't be for him, I know for a fact that I wouldn't have the degree I have now. Because after I got sick, I had to go home. I dropped out of college in February 1975. Went back August of 75, reunited with my close friends that I had met and became such good friends with them. And what? From August to February, lets you know the bonds that God developed for me while I was a freshman at Washington University. Second of all, when I came back in August, because I had lupus, in order to get my medication, every August I had to come back 2 weeks early in order to go into the Barnes complex to have research, take blood. And during the year, of course, I tested out all the drugs for the FDA trials that are pretty much now on the shelves of, just over-the-counter products now, but they weren't then. And God was just so good that I went to the head of the infirmary, and I told the lady, I said, I can't afford my medication. You guys give us $150 a year for medication. I need that, and I need more than that for one semester. Can I come and clean up the infirmary every day to get my monies for my medication? And the lady said, oh, that just happened to be a scholarship here for a lupus patient. Hold on here. So she went to look, and sure enough, that was a scholarship. And that's how I got my monies from 1976 on through 1980. Second, my doctor, as I said, was in the Barnes complex, and I couldn't afford to go there, so they were going to send me to something on the lower floor, which was a clinic. I'm not going to call a name, but Genesis Better do clinics well, because clinics is what misdiagnosed me before I even left home. So what I did, I went back upstairs tears in my eyes and said, I will come here every day after school, clean up the clinic for free in order for you to see me. And the lady took my Dr. Beverly folder and she put on there professional courtesy. And that's how I was able to see a rheumatologist. And I had to go to school at the same time every Friday, go and give blood, and once a month see her. But I managed. So when I tell you that all things are possible, I really believe it because I had to go through it to get my degree. And I think all people, no matter your struggle, your situation, your socioeconomic status, you should get a degree. And then you do what it takes to work that degree. I realized that I had to leave my hometown to find a job doing something that I really, really liked. I mean, there were all kind of oil companies in the state of Texas who were hiring chemical engineers, but I had made up my mind that I wanted to get married, and my husband lived in, my boyfriend at that time lived in St. Louis. So I took a job with a company out of Whippany, New Jersey. I left town every Monday, came back every Friday night, and every now and then we had to work a weekend. But you would only work one weekend, so you would leave out of town that Monday, work there, stay in that town all week, over the weekend, and another week. So you're pretty much gone from your house for 2 weeks. But I love the job. Why? Because I got to travel. I got to fly all kind of airplanes, live in all kind of hotels, meet all kind of new people. So I'm saying all this to say that sometimes you have to go through. But it depends on your attitude while you're going through. Oh, cry. I cried. Get depressed. I got depressed. Feel sorry for yourself. I felt sorry for myself. But one thing I did know, quitting was not an option. And I just hung in there and hung in there. And there's so much more I could tell you I went through that would just shock your life about getting sick over and over and over. And I had 6 friends at Washington University who pretty much stood by me through it all. From putting hot towels on my knees and ankles when they were swollen, to going and get my medicine from the infirmary, to taking me to the emergency room, all sorts of things. But had I not been willing to leave Beaumont, Texas and travel to St. Louis, Missouri as a single female who, for my family, was pretty much taboo, but my mother allowed me to do it. And I'm glad God touched her heart to take me to St. Louis and pretty much just leave me there. And I survived. I did a lot of things wrong, like I didn't know they give you a meal ticket, so I'd use the last little bit of money I had spending on meals until I figured out everybody had this little card paying for the food. So I asked, what is that little card? So I know it's nobody but the God in me that helped me get my degree, because I was super ignorant. Country girl, little street knowledge, but I made it. And this is all I have to say today. I'll have more tomorrow. Bye-bye.